What's up? What's up? It's your boy CoreyB. So, a lot of people have had mixed feelings, mixed emotions, mixed thoughts and analytics when it comes to what's really happening with the economic structure in our country and what should we do about it. And people even debate over who's to blame. Okay. Let's break it down real simple. First and foremost, yes, there's a recession. It's cut and dry. It is happening. If you look up the definition of recession, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. We're here. Is it a problem? No, it's not. I mean, the reality is our country has faced a recession many times. The multiple times that our country has faced it, we've always bounced back. It's just a matter of how quick we bounce back and in what manner do we bounce back. Okay, now when you want to break that down, like ultimately when it comes to individuals and businesses, everybody's going to approach it differently, and based on how you approach it is really going to make the difference for you. Millionaires are born out of recessions. That's just... And some people look at that and sit there and say, well, that means people are capitalizing on other people's suffering. No, they're capitalizing on opportunity. They're not trying to make people suffer. We're not trying, we're not like pushing and pulling and hoping and praying that people suffer. Absolutely not. That's not the thing. Is that at the end of the day, it's like, depending on how you respond, recessions are opportunities. Recessions are when costs of things are down. Now there's inflation and certain things are high, but certain things are down. And what you got to do is capitalize on that opportunity. You got to have the right idea, the right mentality, the right drive, the right vision, and line it all up. And if you have that if the stars align for you, and if they don't, push them into alignment. Now that sounds like so weird and tricky, but you know what? I want to take a step back because everybody's situation is completely different. So to have a video and have a vlog here about the perspective of what everybody should do, well, that's a little more tricky because ultimately everybody's situation is different and everybody's vision is different. Everybody's hopes, dreams, and goals, they're all different. So how could I possibly appeal to the masses and help you all by saying something so simple as like, what you have to do is X, Y, Z? No. What I'm going to do is I'm going to break it down a different way. I've got a different approach in mind today, and I want to come at this from a different angle. Okay, so I had an incredible pastor, okay? And those who know me, those who've been paying attention, you know good and well, I am a Christian capitalist. I'm absolutely a server, a lover, a believer, a child of God, and I'm a capitalist. I definitely believe in opportunity. I definitely believe in working and fighting for every inch that you get in life, and I absolutely believe that you can turn those inches into gold. Okay. So anyways, let me get back to my pastor. I had this incredible pastor back in Austin, right? Okay, and a couple of years ago, he did a whole sermon. It was really incredible. I was literally just talking about my my trading partner, my homeboy, friend, brother, partner. You know what I'm saying? I was literally just talking to him the other day, and I was discussing this sermon with him, and it actually dawned on me like, this is what I need to post, because why have I not posted about this before? It's so powerful. Okay. So my pastor, he did a whole sermon about, he took the time, he looked up statistics, he looked up numbers, he did the math and everything. He said that based on the census, he looked it up, based on the census, that based on how many Christians, how many registered, I don't remember the exact numbers, so I'm not going to try to quote numbers because I'll get it wrong, and I don't want to give you wrong information. So the key is that based on the number of registered Christians, which, not everybody actually registers, those who register, what does that mean? But we're just going with dry data. That's it. Okay? Math never lies. Okay? So he took the population of the nation, right? This is the population of our nation, of America, right? Then he took the number of registered Christians. And he said, what we're doing wrong is Christians always want to go big. They want to go big. They want to go big. They want to have this huge revival. This revival, you know, everybody's praising the Lord. Everybody comes in, save all these souls. We're changing the city. We're changing the world. We're doing God's work. And absolutely, that's great. Nothing wrong with that. But should that be your ultimate goal? Well, you know, some of those things can't be forced. And so sometimes a lot of Christians, they get this idea that they're like, I got to have this big event, this big, like, you know, save the city movement or whatever, where we go out and we meet people in the community and do these things. And you have this big thing, this big push and drive to save souls and win people for Jesus, right? Again, is there anything wrong with that? No, of course not. How could you say that making an effort to save souls and to win people for Jesus is wrong? Of course, it's not wrong. But is it where your energy should be focused? 3 T's, man. Time, talent, and treasures. That's what God cares about. That's what all of us care about, is your time, your talent, your treasure. Wherever you put your 3 T's is where your main focus is. So if you're going to put all your time, your talent, and your treasure being like your money, you're going to sit here and invest all the money you worked on, all the money that you've got. You're going to take all your time and all your efforts and whatever skills that you have to try to have this big push for this big giant event. And ultimately, what if the event doesn't pan out? What if it doesn't work the way you want it to? Then you walk away thinking, well, I did my best. Or you walk away feeling like, well, what could I have done better? Okay, so what he had figured out, he did the math and figured it all out. And he was like, if all of the registered Christians didn't try to put on a big event. Now, obviously, nobody tries to put on this big event by themselves. Most of us, you know, you partner with your church, you partner with a group of other people in the community, partner with your family, whatever. But it doesn't matter. The point is if every registered Christian did not focus on that at all, but what they did was instead spent the next year, the whole year, they found one person. Just one. Just one person. It could be their neighbor next door. It could be the friend across the street. It could be a coworker who works in the cubicle next to them. It could be someone that they go bowling with every week. It could be their cousin. It could be your brother, your mother. It doesn't matter. One person that you know who's lost, who is yet to be saved. One. Now, if every registered Christian focused on that one person and not went out and preached and thumped their Bible and said, hey, you got to know Jesus. No. If you took that year showing them that you're different, right? Like you go out there, you show them kindness, you're loving, you're always happy, you're never stressed, you're never freaking out over things. Why? Not because you're so much above everybody or you've got everything figured out, but because you trust in the Lord Almighty that He's got your back. So you're not stressed. Maybe it's not your level of stress. Maybe you are actually a stressful person. You're just a stressful Christian. Like I said, maybe it's your love, your kindness, your generosity. Maybe it's something. Maybe it's the fact that even though they can visually see, man, you are stressed. You are always strung so tight, but you're always stressed out with a smile. Why are you always smiling? Okay, so ultimately, you're going to show love, kindness, affection, attention, time with this person, with this neighbor, with this cousin, with this whoever. And they're going to begin to see that you're different. Why are you different? Well, that's your segue. That's your entrance. Well, I'm different because I know Jesus. I could introduce you. You want to know Jesus? Okay. Why am I bringing this up? What does this have to do with the recession, right? Okay. So the thing is what he figured out is if we spent all that time on this one person, and each one of us, each and every registered Christian spent the year focusing on one. And then by the end of that year, they actually saved this person's soul. They come to Jesus, right? Then when they come to Jesus, if all of those Christians and the newborn Christians that have just been saved, they turn around and the next year, they focus their time and energy on one person. One person. To save that person and bring them to Jesus. They said if we did this mathematically, if we did this based on the number of registered Christians and the number of total citizens in America, that within 5 to 6 years' time, we would be a nation that's 100% Christian. Let that marinate. Let that sink in for a second. If just these registered Christians spent all year saving one person instead of trying to save 100. Because people think, oh, well, if I could just get this big event and I could save so many. No, just one. Because you could be at that big event and you could miss it. You could miss it. You could be at that big event, you could be too distracted. You could miss it. But if we just spent that time with one, and then that one goes and saves another one, and you save another one the next year, in 5 to 6 years, be an entire nation 100% Christian. Again, what does this have to do with the recession? Okay, I want to take that same concept, right? That same idea and apply it to business. There are a lot of people. There are a lot of people who have a skill, a talent, a gift, something that God blessed them with a mind to understand. I understand business. I understand money. I understand the stock market. I understand trading. I don't understand trading on the level that my partner does. That man, he's a swing trader. He can swing trade with the best of them. I mean, hands down, I'm blessed every day that I see his skill set and I absorb. I'm like a sponge, man. I'm trying to absorb everything I can from him every day. It's an awesome feeling to watch someone brilliant and just get to soak that in and take it in and really say, you know what, I can learn from this. I can learn from this guy right here. So what I want you to understand is, see, so there's all these people with these different levels of skills. There's all these people with these different talents, these different perspectives, this different, everybody's, like I said, first of all, stop wasting time fighting over and arguing over and debating over why we're in a recession. Whose fault is it? What they could have, should have, would have done differently, because it doesn't matter. We're not there anymore. We're here. The here and now and right now is what we've got to focus on. So we've got to focus on what we're going to do, how we're going to respond with the now. If we're focused on the yesterday, man, we don't have a tomorrow. Now that seems like a bumper sticker or some kind of cliche, but it's a reality. If you're focused on the yesterday, you never get to tomorrow, because tomorrow's going to pass right by you before you missed it, because you're focused on yesterday. We got to get past yesterday and not dwell. Not concern, not weigh in. Well, what about the things that are still affecting us? No. You've got to not look backwards. You've got to look in the now and look forward. Okay, so where are we now and what do we need for tomorrow and how do we get there? What are we missing? What are the pieces that we're missing now? Not who lost the pieces, not who dropped the pieces, not who broke the pieces or how they broke the pieces or what we could have, should have, would have done differently, but what are the pieces we're missing now that we're going to need tomorrow? What can we do to fix our tomorrow to make it brighter and better and stronger? That's it. That's in a nutshell right there. So like I said, back to my, with the Christians, all they had to do was just one, right? All we had to do is just save one. And then at some point, at some point in the near future, we're all there. We're all there together on the same page. What I want y'all to understand, I want y'all to take, the reason I love this analogy and the reason it's like, it's so great. It's, we're not going to run out of money. People have this idea that we're going to run out of money. We're not running out of money. Money is a fluid thing. That's why we don't run out, because it's circulatory. You know what I'm saying? It keeps going round and round and round. That's how it works. It is cash flow. It's not about cash. It's about cash flow. You want the money to flow in and you want to send it right back out. You don't want to hoard it. You don't want to keep it. You don't want to squat on it. You want it to come in, go out, and then come right back around so you can touch it again. You want to touch it again. That's what you need. You need the money to keep on flowing. So what I am suggesting, what I am advising, recommending, and hoping somehow I can encourage y'all is, what is your skill set? If you feel like you don't have the skill set, maybe you haven't found your talent yet. But if your talent isn't in this arena, it's just not. Maybe you're a ball player. Maybe you're a chemist. Maybe you're a doctor. Maybe your head isn't in business. That's okay. Like I said, all of us are blessed with different skill sets. Okay, if you're a ball player, recession's not taking you out. If you're a chemist, I don't think it's taking you out either. If you're a doctor, pretty recession proof. It's the other people. It's the business owners. It's the developers. The creators. Whether you create buildings, you create content, you create businesses, you create cakes. It's these people who struggle through a recession. Because as inflation happens and you need your hands on product. When the economy changes and you don't know how to adapt, whether it's up or down, the ebbs and flows can destroy a business owner if they don't know how to adapt. And that's what I want to say here. I want to say that all of us that have a skill set, if you understand trading, if you understand bookkeeping, if you understand investing, if you understand money, and you know how to you know how to operate within finance or budgeting, whether it's personal finance and budgeting, or it's large-scale business finance or small business finance. If you know marketing, if you know graphics, if you know design, if you know interior design, if you're a creative, crafty kind of person, these are the things that are going to make the difference. These are the things, if you're an engineer of any kind, these are the things. Because you have the mind, you have something to bring to the table. And let's not dwell on yesterday. Let's focus on tomorrow. Let's see what we're missing today, and let's get there. So what I want you to do is bring something to the table. Elon Musk once said, he said this about 5-6 years ago, I think, but he said, he was like, why do we have like baby showers where everybody brings things, but we don't have business showers? We're, instead of bringing, little onesies, little rattles, little diapers, instead, everybody brings assets, skill sets, opportunities. Hey, this is the idea and this is the concept. Ultimately, we've got to be doing better. And if with this idea of like let's take that on a smaller scale, instead of like I think everybody should do that. You should definitely have a party. When you launch your new business, you got a new business, you should launch a party. You should launch your business, you should throw a party. You should absolutely throw a party. And absolutely invite your family. Absolutely invite your friends. But this isn't like a flyer party that you're going to invite everybody that's in town. What you're going to do is invite people you know that are close to you, and people who have skill sets, or people who have an interest in you doing better, an interest in you excelling and succeeding. You invite these people to your party. And to all those who are going to said party or who have been invited to said party, we've got to get to a point where we care enough about each other that we make that effort, right? We got to make that effort to help push them forward. Like right now I'm working with my partners on a big project. Working on a big project, ultimately making to streamline this process. But so I want y'all to stay tuned for that, and I'll definitely update y'all on that. We're gonna talk about that more later. But ultimately, like, the idea is that if we go back to my initial, example about the Christians and about us Christians, and how if only we just took that step to save that one person, to help that one person, to be a light in that person's life, that one person. And if all of us did it, how it could change the world. Well, what if all of us who had a creative bone in our body, who had drive and ambition, who had a business skill, a skill with money, a skill with finance, a skill with investing, if everybody took their skill, because everybody's got a skill at something. They do. Now, this may not be your thing. It may not be what you want to do, and that's fine. You don't want to help people. You don't want to, and maybe it's not a lack of desire to help people. Maybe you're content in your world. Maybe you're content in your job. You're like, I'm working this job. I'm making a living. I don't want to build and create. I don't want to do all that. That's fine. I'm not throwing shade at anybody. But what I'm saying is if you've got a particular skill set and you know someone else who wants to build, could you take a little piece of time out of your day? Could you take a little piece? I've got an incredible buddy, a great guy, a good friend of mine. We went to Austin Community College together. We got into Phi Theta Kappa together. His drive inspired me a lot. He was real ambitious. He was real strong, real smart guy. Now, my energy and my positivity, apparently, I didn't find this out till years later, but apparently I inspired him a lot. We were just talking recently, and he told me how I always inspired him, and I thought it was so cool, because I was like, man, dude, you inspired me so much, dude. But the thing was, is we both put out positive vibes. We put out great, things towards each other. Now, we went on to the University of Texas. We both went into the University of Texas, and I went into psychology, and he went into UT Law. Flash forward 10 years. He's got multiple real estate investments, and he owns multiple buildings. He's got a prominent, thriving law practice, which he's doing great at. And see me, I'm in a different place. He went for law, and he's got a law degree. I went for psychology, and I utilize psychology in my business practices, in the way I invest, in the way I reach out to people, in the way I help other people. I definitely utilize psychology in all of that. My education was absolutely not a waste. Neither was his. But we both went to school for different things, and we both came out with different skill sets, and we both came out with different directions. And now today, I know I can reach out to him, and he's going to be at the very least an ear to hear me. And he's going to give whatever wisdom and, he's going to give any kind of help that he can in different areas. Because we're like that, right? Okay. How many people do you know who have a skill? How many of you have a skill set that may not be your job? May not be what you went to school for. May not be the career you're working at right now, but you have some knowledge back here that you can utilize. You can use that to help some other people. You're like, well, I'm a doctor. I'm a nurse. I'm a chef. I'm a mechanic. You have these different. That's your job, but you have a skill. Well, I have a knack. I used to know a mechanic. He had a knack for investments. He was, to him it was just a hobby. It didn't mean that he didn't know things. He knew things, and he was running a mechanic shop. Okay, so if you know something, that's what I want you to do. I want you to capitalize on that information that you know, that skill set that you have, and I want you to reach out to one person. Maybe it's somebody you already know who's working on something, and maybe they could benefit from your help. Maybe it's someone that you see in your life, a friend, a neighbor, somebody who's kind of hitting a wall in their life. They're struggling with something. There's something that's holding them back. There's something. Life kicks us in the teeth, man. And right now, life is kicking that friend of yours, that neighbor of yours, that coworker. Can you reach out to them and say, hey, check it out. I've got a skill set. I've got I've got a particular set of skills. Kid, do you have some skills that you can tell them, hey, let me be here for you. Let me help you build something else for your life. Let me help you work on something bigger. Are you interested? Don't push. Don't be forceful. Don't be, but it's like, hey, tell them about your opportunities. Hey, it's like, look, I do this. We work together. We're both working at, this stockyard. We're both working at this warehouse. We're both working in this cubicle. We're working at opposite cubicles at this, Digitech or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But you're working there and you see, Billy's having a hard time. Billy, check it out, dog. Hey, let's go grab some lunch, man. Take him out to lunch. Just be there for him. And let him know. It's like, hey, you know what? I know times are hard, man. Our investments here at this company have been, hitting hard. There's been some things. I know you've got some stuff happening in your life. I've had some stuff happen in my life. But you know what? On the side over here, I've been doing something a little different. I've been also investing in this over here. Or I've been working on this over here. I've been helping a friend with some marketing. I've been doing some graphics over here. What is it that you do? What is it that you do that you could help somebody with? And if you offer that skill set to them, not because you're a consultant who needs to get a payday, not because you're trying to get them into your new pyramid program or multi-level marketing. No, because you actually see them, you actually know that they're having a hard time with something, and there's something that you have a particular skill set at that you could help them build a better life without benefiting yourself. You're just going to do this for them. And if we could just take that time, if everybody took their skill set all across the nation, and we helped one person, just one, tomorrow's going to be a brighter day for them. Tomorrow's going to be a brighter day for them. You're going to go to bed feeling good that you helped them. You're going to sleep well knowing that. But even bigger, they're going to help someone. And then you're going to help them. And they're going to be in a better place that they could possibly help someone. And then if they help someone, that person can help someone. And if everybody just kind of lifts each other up just a little bit, we don't have to keep worrying about this economic downfall. We don't have to worry about this idea of socialism. We don't have to worry about any of this political garbage that ultimately everybody wants to focus on. Everybody wants to focus on politics. It's not politics, it's life, man. It's life. What are you facing today? What are they facing today? How could you put yourself in a better position, and how could you help them be in a better spot? That's it. Just some serious kindness. And like I said, at the end of the day, look at it from a selfish perspective. You can't handle just being genuine and just being giving to someone else. If they're in a better spot, how much better does that make life? If everybody is in a better spot. So as you give, you receive, man. You can help them be in a better place and help the community around you be better. Help the community, the city, the state, the country, the whatever, the world. I'm a realist, okay? So I want to wrap it up by saying one person is not going to change the world. But one person could influence enough people that those people could change the world. So just take a step today to be that person that could influence someone else. That's it. That's it right there. Let's really have a turning point into where we actually start lifting people up by utilizing our skills either to help them position themselves or to teach them something they don't know. So they can have a better outlook on life, and then we can all just keep lifting each other up and keep building. There's so much money and so much opportunities and so many things out there for us. There's so many blessings that God has for us if we're willing to, like some of them, you got to go get them. He's going to open the door, but you got to go through. You got to go through it. All right. Y'all be sure, if y'all got a business, y'all want to talk about it, y'all want to promote it, y'all want to whatever, then let's put that stuff below. I mean, you know what I'm saying? This is a perfect, I don't want you plugging your silly little people who, oh, I'm going to plug so-and-so who's going to trade crypto for you. No, I'm not trying to do all that. I'm being real. Like, you have a real business, a legitimate business, whatever, plug it below. Absolutely. Let's lift each other up. Let's do better. You know what I'm saying? Give your boy some love. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Ding your bell. Get your notifications. Don't miss out on anything I'm trying to lay down for you. I got a lot coming at you. It's going to be really good. We're just going to keep growing. We're going to keep building. It's going to be an amazing year. This is a huge deal. All right. Until next time, it's your boy. Y'all get cocky. Y'all have the most excellent, wonderful